Chris Eubank Jr.'s former rival reacts to £100,000 fine for egg slap on Conor Benn. Press conference fines aren't uncommon and they don't usually come cheap either, as several big names have found out. Chris Eubank Jr. will look to earn one of the most important wins of his career on April 26 when he competes in a huge grudge match. There was already a lot of tension between him and his next opponent, but Eubank Jr. dialed it up when he slapped Conor Benn with an egg at a recent press conference. As a result, Eubank Jr. was handed a huge £100,000 fine, which also cancelled their second face-to-face meeting at the following presser. The fight would have been huge regardless, but this moment certainly got fight fans talking about the two men who will finally meet in the ring at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Another one of Chris Eubank Jr.'s great rivals is Liverpool's Liam Smith, who he recently shared the ring with in back-to-back fights. After being stopped in the fourth round of their first encounter in January of 2023, Eubank Jr. got his revenge over Beefy by finishing him in the 10th later that year. Having not fought since that defeat, Smith is now set to return on the same card as his former opponent, where he will take on the undefeated Aaron McKenna. Smith recently gave his thoughts on the recent press conference antics of Eubank Jr. in an interview with TalkSport, where he was asked whether he had smuggled any eggs into his pockets. "No mate, I'm not into that. You know what, stuff at press conferences is bag material, but with it being an egg and we all know the situation of what the egg was for, they were trying to use the first outcome of it was eggs, of the failed drug test. So I just think with it being an egg, it was quite funny. If it was a water bottle or anything else, I just think, bag. It was an egg and we know the situation behind the egg, so I thought it was quite funny." Smith went on to say that the fine that Eubank Jr. received wasn't something that caught him off guard, with Beefy referring to the punishment that he was handed following his war of words with the controversial 35-year-old. "Yeah, but not surprised. I got fined a lot of money myself for the press conference with Chris, so I didn't expect nothing less, to be honest with you. I just hope the money goes to good use." Whilst a lot of people might be standing with Chris Eubank Jr. in this fight due to the recent controversy surrounding Conor Benn, that won't change his approach to the fight. Eubank Jr. has always been the type of fighter who is naturally good at getting under his opponent's skin, whether he's actively trying to or not. Against a younger and more aggressive opponent like Benn, a combination of his pre-fight conduct and his elusive fighting style will be used to frustrate the destroyer. Benn's reaction to the slap shows exactly how Eubank Jr. will try to manipulate his rival's emotions before either of them even step through the ropes in London.